my name is Daniela Garcia, and I'm going to talk about history. History contributes to society in shaping a national identity, which unites the community and cultivates patriotism. History refers to the past, but it is also the science that studies it and its interpretation, that is historiography. The research method of historical is a documentary technique which allows us to collect previous information about the chosen topic and some peculiarities of the research questions. This discipline is qualitative since it is based on the description of particular cases. The qualitative property is something means the identification of specific characteristics or attributes. For example, the Mexican Revolution. The historical approach helped us establish local international science, economic, and political backgrounds, events that occur in the same time that were able to influence collective or individual actions, consequence, or the events and their projections.
I'm Gamaliel Villalobos and I'm going to talk in this video about education. Education contributes to economic development. Anyway, the real development is human development. Education is one of the several factors that most contribute the human development. The social development of the countries must improve the social, political, and cultural structures. Education is one of the factors that most influences the advancement and progress of people in societies. In addition to providing knowledge, education enriches culture, spirit, values, and everything that characterizes us as human beings. Education is necessary in every way. Educational research methods include interviews, surveys, and questionnaires. Collect data from the research subjects using methods or more educational research methods. And this is an example of a test of aptitude to know the reason of a person and how they can solve with difficulties.
Hi, my name is Liliana and I'm going to explain psychology. Contributions of the discipline of social sciences is that helps people manage their stress, depression, and other social issues and improve their decision making and predict accurate future behavior based on understanding of past behavior. This can be applied to understand and explain how the thoughts, feelings, and behavior of individuals are influenced by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of the other human beings. In psychology, the research technique used is a field technique. With this, there are different useful instruments for research, like survey, questionnaires, content analysis, and observational study. This discipline is mixed because the quantitative research deals in investigating human behavior by quantifying the behavior, so it can be measured in numbers and statistics, while qualitative research is based on the assumption that human behavior is far more complex than to be reduced to numbers. This is an example of graphs and instruments used in psychology.
Comparison seeks to decipher the relationship between two or more variables by documenting observed differences or similarities of two or more groups. A good example of this method could be the study of suicide made by Durkheim, because it studied and analyzed the perspective of different social groups of suicide.
Hi, my name is Ariana Hernandez and I will talk about critical rational. First of all, the contributions. Critical rational made major contributions into distinct areas of philosophy: the philosophy of science and the philosophy of sociology and politics. The critical rationalist approach not only helps teachers to build and grow their knowledge, it's also a way for teachers to maximize student success. A disadvantage of critical rationalist approach is that sustainable amount of background knowledge is required to solve a given problem. An example of critical rational could be like in an episode of South Park, Cartman travels into the future to a time when positivism has taken over the world, replacing political and religious ideas with a pure science. Although this future world has incredible technology, all the basic problems are exactly the same. The show is communicating a critique of positivism through humor, showing that the progress of science won't solve all humanity's problems. Critical rational has the method of qualitative because Popper was a staunch anti-positivist and that his approach is much closer to the epistemological beliefs that seem to underline most of qualitative research. Thank you.
Well, social skills. Social skills contribute to the social science by being the ones that allow people to analyze information and reason logical arguments or answer a question by assuming. They help also understanding process of change, analyzing and critically evaluating information, communicate, etc. Well, they have a really important impact in the human society because social skills are the ones that we use to communicate with others. They can be whether verbal, nonverbal, or written. So the way we communicate with others is really important to like express ourselves and give information. So yeah, they are really important. Social skills use a field technique research methods since the knowledge we gather to use these science is empirical, by experience. For example, surveys and questionnaires in which you answer how you will react to certain situation. As I already said, social skills are the ones that are the techniques that we use to communicate with others. So using surveys and questionnaires, we can evaluate in a more quantitative way the reactions people have. Social skills are also the reactions we have with other people. This uses also mixed methods since for gathering information, people can use statistics and numbers to see how others can react, but since people have different reactions to different situations, this can be a more qualitative quality. And since we have qualitative and quantitative, we have a mixed method. The example we use is about why people like the characters of Harry Potter and the impact they had on them. For example, people reacted to this movie and to the characters because they wanted to be like them. They find them attractive. They feel protective of them. They relate to the characters. They admire them, or they will want to be friends with the characters, or they find interesting the character. And yeah.